I need this shit dialed in. I gotta get this shit. I gotta get it out. I gotta get it out. Can I get a focus? There we go. Gotta click that thing back into focus. Struggling with communication is a problem that is plaguing America. The ability to communicate can get you into spaces that you never thought were possible, that you never imagined. If only you were able to use your words effectively and know how and what to say. And that's where a lot of people get caught up. They get caught up in the in between of not knowing what to say and not saying what they want to say. And in this video, we're going to talk about the power of communication, how you can use it and leverage it to be able to get what you want out of life, out of situations, and also get around the people that you need to get around to be successful. Chances are, if you're watching this video right now, you are not exactly where you want to be, because if you were, you would probably be miserable, right? And the MUEL community and the members have growth mindsets, so we don't just stop at getting what we want. So even if you've already attained something that you feel like is beneficial or you feel like is your goal, you're going to want more eventually. And so when you come back to this video, if you're that type of person who feels like I have everything I want, I have everything I need, you'll realize that with communication, you can get more, you can have more, and you'll start to want more because you can be able to communicate your needs and wants more effectively, and you'll see exactly how you can begin to get those things accomplished way easier. And so for the other people who feel like they still struggle with communication, they don't have what they want to get in those rooms, they want to get around those people, they want to be able to speak more clearly and more concisely and get everything that they've ever wanted, this video is for you right now. So make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to give top 3 ways to be able to communicate better. Number 1 is to understand your goal. Communication is pointless if you are not doing it for a reason. A lot of the times and throughout my life, people have said that I've been standoffish or quiet or shy or not very outgoing. And the reason why is because the goal or the point of the conversation for me was not something that I wanted. And I have this theory that communication is used to convince someone of your point or to, and that's really it, honestly. To convince someone of your point, to convince them that what you're doing, what you're saying is better or worse than what they're saying or what they've done or what they heard. Let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, someone is having a conversation about pizza and they say, Domino's is the best pizza, the best fast food pizza in the world. They're trying to convince you of that point, of that belief. And you may say, you may agree or disagree. Let's say you agree. You may say, yeah. And so the whole point of the conversation is now you guys are going in the same direction of continuing to reinforce the belief that Domino's is the best fast food pizza. Let's say they disagree. And you guys disagree, and this person says that Pizza Hut is the best pizza ever, right? And now you guys are having a communication of trying to convince each other that either Domino's or Pizza Hut is the best pizza. And so the Pizza Hut person may say, well, the crust is better because they do this. The Domino's may say, well, the garlic crust is better. And you guys have that dialogue and have that communication. But the whole goal is for you, the Pizza Hut person, to convince the Domino's person that their pizza is better and vice versa. Same with anything. Let's say you're having a conversation with a woman. Your goal, and this is where a lot of people do not succeed, is because they don't know what they want out of that conversation, out of that woman out of the interaction period. And so you may go into that interaction, you may speaking with a woman, and you say, you go up to them and just say, "What's your name?" And then you just start having a random conversation about things that don't truly matter, that don't get you closer and more directly to that goal, right? So you go up and you say, "Hey, my name is this. You go to school here. What's your year? How old are you? What's your body count?" And then you end up not being able to directly accomplish the goal, and that turns a lot of people off because it's indirect. And indirect communication is one thing that we want to stop when trying to get to our goal, and when getting to our goal is because it makes our message less clear. And so step 2 to becoming a better communicator is to understand that becoming the person that you want to become or that you need to become to be able to accomplish that goal will make communication so much easier because you already have the words based off of who you are. For example, let's say your goal in communication is to get around a new group of people and you want to talk your way into a new circle, interact, network, and be able to get around a bunch of entrepreneurs, a bunch of content creators, a bunch of athletes who are doing the same things that you do, and it will push you closer to your goal. And so you have to become that person and become and align with the values of that group to be able to enter that group, because then you'll be speaking the same language. Let's say you're a content creator and you want to join a group of athletes, but you've never played basketball in your life. You trying to communicate with these people without becoming the basketball player archetype, right? And learning about the sayings and learning about the language and learning about what it means and learning about the game itself, you would stand out and you wouldn't be able to connect because their language is basketball and your language is content creators. Now, let's say you understand who you are because you've done the work, you've joined the MUEL community, you subscribed, and you've taken the time to be able to develop your personal identity. Now you know exactly who you are and what you want to do. You can go ahead and join that circle because you've already become someone who aligns with those values. You are a content creator. You know that content creators do YouTube, they record videos on the daily, they go out and they work together and hold each other's cameras, they give each other video topics, they talk to each other about how to improve their thumbnails, their consistency, their discipline, and all these things. And then it's so much easier to connect because you know who you are. And so that's a crucial piece. And to give another example about another common goal in communication, other than just getting around a bunch of new people, is with women. It's like if you don't become the person that, quote unquote, the traditional, and I don't want to say traditional societal dating standards. That's not what I want to say. I want to say that society typically associates with a man, then it will be much harder for you to interact with the majority of women. For example, let's say that you are this shy, antisocial, doesn't have a job, doesn't, go out and interact with people, is quote unquote low value, doesn't, see the world how most people see the world. You're going to have so much more trouble finding more people to connect with because the majority of society thinks in this one way. This relates to the same thing as entrepreneurs, the same thing as joining groups of content creators, because the dating standard is a group. And so to be able to align yourself with that goal, to be able to align yourself and become the person who embodies the values of what society typically expects, you have to understand that and then accept that that is something that you will have to start to learn to do if you want to enter those circles. For example, if you know in your town, in your hometown, the majority of women, they want niggas with money, niggas with motion, niggas with cars, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Don't let that stray you, or don't let that confuse you, or don't let that hurt your feelings and make you feel like you can't enter that circle, because there's plenty of other people. There's a whole other group that doesn't embody and doesn't accept those values that you can go over and happily join, that group. But let's say you really want to enter that circle, you're going to have to become those things that those people expect. And so the last tip about communication is doing the hard work and practicing and being awkward. You have to be awkward, you have to be whack, you have to be corny in communication and practice and fail and gain that experience before you're going to be able to do it effectively, period. So you're going to have to go out and just talk to random people. And if you know who you are, you know you're that content creator, you know you want to interact and date more women, you know you want to get around more athletes, you know you want to be an entrepreneur, practice on those people, because that will be your live learning. That will be your hands-on experience. You will be able to learn directly what those people look for, because they're going to tell you and they're going to send you away based off of things that you don't have. You're going to go to the mall, you're going to go to networking events, you're going to go to the gym, you're going to go to content events, to dream cons, to places where streamers are, and interact with them and see the reasons why they turn you away or don't embrace you. And you have to accept that, and you have to realize that it's a personal issue and it's not a diss against you. You have to understand that you are not yet the person that is able to quote unquote fit within that circle, within that small group of people. And you can either do two things based on that. You could work on yourself, or you can create a whole new, a whole new wave for yourself. The second is much harder because it takes a lot more time. It takes a lot more to build your own community and find people who align with your goals, but it is way more, I don't want to say, in the long run, it pays off more, And the reason why is because instead of trying to change yourself to fit within a group, you can change the standards and the values of that quote unquote group and what it means to belong in that group, and then start to get other people to want to belong to your group and your values. That's very vague, but let me give you a specific example. Let's say the reason why you get turned away from a group of content creators is because you don't have enough subscribers, or you don't have enough following, you don't have enough views. Let's say you go out to a networking event or a content creator space and you're looking to interact and get people on your stream or get people in your vlog or this, that, and the third, and they're not receptive of you or your content, right? And so then you can either ask them how, or you can ask yourself, honestly, it would be much better, because the answers that they give you will probably not be exactly what you're looking for. They'll probably be like, man, I'm busy, I gotta go. But ask yourself, well, why am I not able to connect with this person? What does this person even want? What is not an indication, but what is the best way? What are they looking for out of a collaboration, essentially? What is this group looking for to be able to work with them? And now you can either add value, right? You could add extreme value and continue to help them with what they want, and hopefully they may help you one day. Or you can go back and say, you know what? I'm going to go find a group of content creators just like me so we can all build up together. I'm going to go find a group of content creators who are around, maybe under 1,000 views. I'm going to go find a group of content creators who are maybe under 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to go find these people and I'm going to work with them, because we are all at the same place and on the same level, and we're going to grow together, because that's what they did one day. That's what they did in the past. They were at that point where you're at right now. They had 500 subscribers, 500 views, 200 views, this, that, and the third, and they found that group of people where they were at, and they worked their way up. And so there's no cheat code to success. You could either add value and take a longer time to produce your own content and take a longer time to be able to get your stuff out there, or you can find your group. And I know a perfect place for you. If you're looking for a group of content creators, if you're looking for a group of people who are around the same level as you that you can grow and learn with, drop down ready in the comments. Drop down ready. I got something special for you. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Top 3 ways to improve your communication skills. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.